Hey everyone, I'm Miles Brennan Quinn here at Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. following Michigan's 84-77 win over Minnesota, as well as Wisconsin's 76-48 win over Northwestern to set up Sunday's championship game between the Wolverines and the Badgers. For Michigan, you keep wondering and waiting, when this thing is going to kind of skid to a halt, when the tank is going to run empty, when maybe some of the mojo will wear off a little bit. It doesn't seem to be happening anytime soon. I think it's been such a hard thing to gauge and predict this week, given everything that happened Wednesday with their plane wreck and travel arrangements, and it seems like Wednesday now was a week ago, and it's only been a couple days, and somehow this team is still going on and winning games and playing. In the first half, they came out, they looked maybe the best they have all week in the first 10 minutes of this game. Scored on 8 of their first 10 possessions. We're just picking Minnesota apart. It kind of defies a lot of odds, frankly. When I look back to the win over Illinois, and everyone wondered if it was just kind of this emotional charge, and then the win over Purdue yesterday, it was, how about that? They managed to play with tired legs in all these circumstances and get a win over a really good team. And then today, at some point, you just have to say, forget all that. This team's just playing really well. This team is looking a lot better than it has at any point this year. It's looking very much like a formidable team in the NCAA tournament. Right now, it's probably trending at like a number 6 or number 7 seed for the tournament. They're probably playing better than that. Their resume might say that they are a 6 or 7 seed. They are playing beyond a 6 or a 7 seed right now. They look like one of the best teams in the country, frankly, over the last month or so. 9 of their last 11 good wins, and more than anything though, really quality basketball. The offense right now today was just clinical at times. I think in the first 10 minutes of the second half, it kind of got to them a little bit. They seemed to kind of go into a little bit of a lull. You can chalk that up to tired legs. You can chalk it up to just the fact that it's really hard to play at that level for 40 minutes. Against a fairly decent team. Minnesota is not exactly, chump team. They are going to the tournament as well. But at this point, I think you just have to say that Michigan's playing at an elite level, and Derek Walton Jr. is an elite point guard that kind of has that refuse to lose mentality going. In the second half, when it really got down to it, he decided to win the game. He took and made the shots. It essentially turned into an open gym, him versus whoever Minnesota put in front of him, and he made most of them look like fools. He made Nate Mason, who was picked above him for the All-Big Ten team, certainly showed him who probably deserved to be on the first team, I'd say. I don't know if that was a motivation or not, but he certainly made it that way, and it was pretty clear who the best player in the gym was tonight. And tomorrow we'll see. Wisconsin just absolutely destroyed Northwestern in this game. Northwestern played really poorly, but Wisconsin also played really well. The Badgers kind of looked like the team I think that people maybe have forgotten about. I think I said before the tournament, anyone who just counts out Wisconsin right now because of the last few weeks of the year is doing so in the face of history, because Wisconsin always kind of finds a way to put it together in March and put its best foot forward, and that certainly has been the case here in DC. So they'll be playing their 3rd game in 3 days. Michigan will be playing its 4th game in 4 days. It's hard, frankly, when you look at them, it's hard to count out either of these teams. I think it's going to be a war. It's going to be kind of classic Michigan, Wisconsin, 2 teams who run a lot of kind of similar-ish stuff. They kind of fairly similar styles of play in certain ways. But Wisconsin's going to try to do what they always do to Michigan. They're going to post up at all 5 positions. They're going to try to get clean looks with their back to the basket. They're going to try to put the ball in Ethan Happ's hands. But Michigan, I think, learned a lot about how to handle Wisconsin in the last game when they beat them in Ann Arbor. And they're going to be able to watch our recent game film that shows pretty clearly what they need to do tomorrow to replicate it. So if they can do that and they can get Derek Walton to continue playing like Superman, anything's possible at this point. But impressive just to get here, no doubt, for Michigan, and see what happens tomorrow. So it'll be an interesting one. It'll be Selection Sunday as well. I'll be here to tell you about the game and the bracket and this, that, and the other thing, and looking forward to it as always. The season has reached its best point, so it'll be fun to do this for as long as we still can. So that'll be it for today, and as always, thanks for watching.